I know you heard. You're coming. You should have seen by now. Coming. Yeah, they talking about it. We're coming. They doubting us. But we're coming. They see it. But we're coming. They think it's a game. We're coming. I don't give a damn what they say. You best believe. We coming. And guess what? It ain't hard to find.
This is a newspaper, right? It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining. That's why I read it, because it entertains me. You won't let me read it, so you entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story right now. Go.
All right, so boom, we back, and I'm gonna be here for a while. So, you read the title? You see that little box in the corner? You know what it is. So we're here. Want a story time? You don't get a story. So first, let's do an unboxing though. This is Springfield Armory cardboard pizza box. Looks delicious, doesn't it? Yeah, something's amazing in there. We'll get to that in a minute. Show you everything. First of all, specs. You know what I'm gonna do? Throw the specs on the screen so you can read that, because yeah, the technical stuff, we're not gonna go over that. We're just gonna go what's in the box and I'm gonna tell you a story. So, see what it comes with. Comes with 2 mags, one's in the gun. You have some tools. Yippee. You got your bike lock, comes with every gun, and I'm gonna start selling these. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna make some art or something like that. But yeah. They're nice, but I don't use them for anything. Okay? You have a plate for your optic, the mounting plate. This is a A133B. Forgot which setting that's for, but you won't be using that, okay? What else is in here? Springfield Armory. It's basically instructions, warranty information. You can use the scan code. It takes you to the Springfield site. Won't be using that. Got a sticker. Okay. Get 15% off on Armory Life. And if you sign up on their website with your warranty, they'll give you this for free. Just a little heads up so you guys didn't know if you guys never dealt with Springfield. And their warranty is pretty good. As long as you have the firearm, I think it's under warranty for life. So boom, that's that. And now, that's what we all been waiting for, right? Get this out the way. Get it out the way. See what I'm saying here. Come on now. Come on now. Ooh, I only want to pick that thing up. You see it. Yeah. You know, I'm scared to touch it a little bit. You know what I mean? Looks real dangerous. But for all intents and purposes, YouTube, there is no ammunition here. The firearm is unloaded. There's no children here. And this is a safe, controlled environment. But let me get it for you. This is Springfield Armory FDE Prodigy. Can't tell me that thing ain't pretty. Oh my God, that thing pretty. This is the 5-inch. Yeah, let's pull that slide back. Take that flag out of there. Get it out of there, baby. Get that flag, chamber flag out. Yeah, that's buttery. Yeah, that's buttery. Yeah. ambidextrous safety. Yeah, snug in there. It's tight. You know it's locked. Safety, if you don't know how it works, up, locked, and can't pull the slide back. Skeletonized hammer. You know, this right here is back safety, which means you have to get your hand tight up on there to fire this firearm. See that trigger though.
God, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
Oh my gosh. All right, bring it up closer. So that's the wall right there, just that little bit. That's the wall. Start over. That's the wall. And damn it. All right, so reset. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this thing. And this is another 10 round mag. Comes with 2. I'm in Jersey, so we have magazine capacity limits, but there's ways around that. But we'll be talking about that on camera. But comes with 2 10 round magazines. Metal. These are Checkmate mags. You see right there? Checkmate mags. Pretty good. Have these my Tisas, my Apollo. Interchangeable. I used once upon a time I used an staccato magazine on a Prodigy that I was renting at a gun range, and worked no problem. So we're gonna find out when we get to the range how true that is. But that's that. But I just want to look at this for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This thing is, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. All right, so boom. On our little story, we're gonna be doing something a little different. You know, usually guys just be ranting and raving. I'm gonna keep your attention. Try to anyway. So we're gonna do some accessory upgrades to this thing. So we're gonna add a Magwell. This is from EGW. See it right there, boom. This is very durable. So we're gonna be attaching that. We also have our Osight X from Olight. This thing is amazing. Put it to you like that. This was on my Springfield Echelon, but we're gonna transfer it to this because it's a big window, so I feel it might be better suited for the Prodigy. Also, we have, this is the optic plate, mounting plate that we need to mount this Osight on there. And last but not least, have a Harbor Freight light. So all you Surefire light guys, yeah, stop doing that. Go to Harbor Freight. The thing was like $30. Can't beat it. And does the same thing as a Surefire, 1,000 lumens. Yeah, I got a short, we can see it. This thing, yeah, you need it. You need it, you need it, you need it. So, starting to buy firearms legally, I reached the point where I'm like, you know what? Had hobbies and things like that, but I was like, you know what? I need something to do. So that's where the guns came into place.
Guns.
So getting into the gun space, you know, buying guns, I basically was like, you know what? I want a gun. A legal firearm, right? So went through the process, and the process here in New Jersey is you go on it's a site called Forest, and basically you apply. It's all online, right? You pay, spend your money, and you wait for an email, right? So where I live in New Jersey, I'm waiting for an email, and it was taking months. Didn't know the process for how long this thing could take. I'm thinking it would take maybe a week, and it didn't. But for all you new shooters, this is pretty much for you. What you should do is, in that time that you're waiting, look at firearms. Maybe even go to a gun range that lets you rent them. So for me, all the weeks that were going by, I had nothing but time to think about guns and like, okay, what gun am I going to get? What firearm am I going to get? What am I going to do when I get the firearm? You know, things like that. So I put a list together of about 20 guns, right? And I'm like, okay, have my list of what I wanted, and basically I had started chopping it down because I had so much time to wait. I had nothing but time to think about them and figure out, okay, I know what I'm going to get. So I compiled a list, and that list comprised of a Beretta APX, a Beretta APX of all guns, but that's what was on my list. A Canic Mete, I think I had on there, or it was a SFX that was on my list. And I also had on my list a Beretta 92, which is a cool gun. And last but not least was
the Springfield Prodigy.
We have the Springfield Prodigy.
Springfield Prodigy.
Springfield Prodigy.
So today I am shooting the Prodigy.
Springfield Armory Prodigy.
This is a Springfield DS Prodigy, and it feels not bad.
Many videos of reviews and people shooting the gun. And I'm like, this gun is amazing. I want that gun, you know. And like we all do, basically, you dream about it, you go to sleep. But again, I still have my list. So I began doing my research on how much that gun was going to cost me to purchase. Had tapped too many times, but as you can see, we're in there. So I did my research, and I'm waiting and waiting. All in all, it took 4 months to get a gun permit and a firearms identification card to purchase a firearm. So I had the funds already in place. I budgeted, and I go to the gun store. And I'm a little bit overwhelmed because this is my first time at a gun store to purchase a firearm, and I'm taking a pin out. So I go to the gun store, and I'm overwhelmed, never been in there, and I'm like, okay, what the hell am I going to do? You know, who I'm going to talk to. And I went to a place called House Gunworks. And the guys there were awesome. You know, no complaints from me. They were professional and just what I needed. And see what I'm doing? Just tapping one pin out, placing the next one in place. And basically, what they did was, you know, they made the process easy. So I talked to my salesman, who's still my salesman to this day. His name's Dylan. And the first thing I said was, I want a Prodigy. That looks good on there too. And to my surprise, guess what? They didn't have one.
God damn! God damn!
So, didn't have the Prodigy, and I was sunk. I'm like, oh my God, you came all the way here. You waited 15 months for this permit. You want to go buy a firearm, and it's not there. So, what do we do? And he says, no worries. We can order it for you. I say, okay, cool. So we're going through the process of ordering a firearm, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, I wanted this gun today. And he's like, it'll take like 5 days, but I wanted it that day. So he's telling me the price, already knew the price, how much it was going to cost. And I asked him, hey man, you got any 2011s in here? Any other brands? And he goes, you know what? We do. And he brings out a Tisas B9R double stack. For reference, this is a Tisas B9R double stack. Thing looks sexy. So, I slightly glanced at the gun. Didn't pay it any mind, but I'm like, I want a gun. And I just bought it right then and there. And to my surprise, guess what? Couldn't leave with the gun.
Hey, that's some bullshit.
I'm thinking, you know, you get your permit, go to a gun store, and you buy a gun, you leave with the gun. Well, that's not how it works. So, purchase the firearm, and I have to wait for a thing called NICS, and that's a background check for a lot of you guys who already know this, but wait for a background check. Now, I asked him how long would the background check take, and he tells me about a day. Here's something back in the day. I said, okay, cool. Now, it was Saturday. So as I'm driving home, never took a picture of the gun to like reference in my mind what it looked like. Never thought about a thesis or saw a review of a thesis. And I'm like, yo, what the hell gun did I just buy? And as I'm driving, I'm getting mad, right? And I'm pissed off because I'm like, yo, I just bought this daggone gun. I don't know what the damn gun is. And, you know, just wanted to buy a gun. I'm like, yo, this is fucking stupid to me, right? So I went home and started doing some research. Now, thesis has been a while making their B9R DSs for a moment as well. So I started looking at the gun and I'm like, yo, this thing is freaking ugly. They have two versions of it. They have a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. The model I have that I just showed you, is Gen 2. So, and the Gen 2, I'm like, man, I thought I bought the Gen 1, which that I didn't like at all. And I'm like, man, I'm about to be stuck with this gun. And I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna suck. So the whole weekend, the remainder of the weekend, I'm like thinking about a gun that I don't even know what it looks like and why the hell did I buy it, right? So this is from, as you can see, Springfield Armory, base plate. So I sitting there thinking about this gun, what it may or may not look like, because I don't know if I got the Gen 1 model, the Gen 2 model, whatever, I don't know. So I get back to the, I get approved, and then, so this is Monday, I get approved, and I must have teleported there, because I got there in about 2 seconds, felt like, because I'm excited to see this ugly pistol I just bought. So I get there, and I look at it finally, and I am relieved, because it is not the one that I thought I bought. It was the one that you just sort of had looked good to me, right? So reviews I did see about it, it was saying it was a good handgun and has a bull barrel, and that was one of the things that was the selling points of the Prodigy, was it had this bull barrel. You know, and you know, it was shot straight and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And that this is a good firearm because of the bull barrel, and you got a 2011, you need a bull barrel. So for some reason, that stuck in my mind that I needed a 2011 that had a bull barrel. So I looked at many videos, like I said, and I went to finally got to a range to go test this thing out. Now, for all you new shooters, do not, if you never shot a gun in a gun range, right? I don't want you to believe that you're going to be the greatest shooter of all time. You might think that, but you're going to suck, you know, because I suck. You know, the gun shot, it shoots above and beyond of what it is. Okay, that's number one. This thing shoots great, and I'm talking about the thesis, not this. And if I can get this on and continue, so, but what happened was I still was mad because that's not the gun I wanted. It's the one I settled for. And there you go. And when it comes to certain things in life, you have the means, you have the finances to get what you want, because then you won't be disappointed. Even if it's a dud of what you're buying, that's still what you wanted. So you're going to hold that at a higher standard, because it's like, you know what? I did want this, you know, and you're going to be a little bit more, I don't know what the best term is, accepting of what you have, because you know what, it was on your list of things that you wanted. If that makes sense to you guys. So I started buying more and more guns because, you know, gun ownership becomes an addiction. And it ain't a good one sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially if you ain't got the money for it. But you start looking at these videos and you want more and more and more guns. So I did the same thing again. I went and applied for more handgun permits, right? And I'm waiting. And while I'm waiting, I'm researching. And the Prodigy was always there on my mind, but that wasn't the first on my list. So the next handgun I got was a Walther PDP F series. And got it because I'm like, you know what? I need a concealed carry gun. And this is going to do the job, right? So I thought. And that gun was sexy. You know, I don't think it's any gun that looks like that. You know, it's a beautiful gun. But problem is, it's compact. And with compacts, for new shooters, I don't think that's the best thing for them because they're snappy and they will hurt your hand for sure. So, and that's exactly what it did to me. And I hated the gun because of how it felt in hand. So, contacted Walther, and I read some things online that if you have bought a gun from them and you're selling within 30 days, then you can send that firearm back and receive a full refund. So, I contacted Walther, and just like it says on their website, in 30 days, they did honor their what was on their website, and they basically gave me a full refund of my money, which is like, oh, okay, I can respect that. So I will probably be buying a Walther again in the future just because of that, and they were very fast, and they was understanding, and what else can you ask for? So after the Walther, it was a M&P. Again, didn't like it. It was a 2.0 full size. It was cool for a while. I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. I shot it. Had no problems with it or anything like that. But let's got rid of it. I'm like, you know what? It's not for me. Let's try something else. So then I went to a HK. This was a rifle though. Saying 22. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I forgot the model it was. It was the HK 22. And I'm like, I want something more powerful. You know, it's all things going on in my brain, what I'm thinking about. And again, this is the whole thing with when you get into guns. It's like you keep wanting more and more and more, and you're trying new things, and you see what you like. So I got rid of the HK, and I also got rid of the M&P. So after getting rid of those two, I'm like, all right, what's next? I started coming across these videos for the Echelon. And that Echelon, whoo, it's a beast. If you never shot one, you need to get out there and go shoot one. Because it's, head and shoulders above Glock. And I don't think these are the right screws that I need. These aren't hitting where I need to hit. So we might be changing those out. So, no, that's cool. So, that Echelon, and the whole time, back in my mind, I'm thinking of this Prodigy. And finally, I went and got another permit, because again, this whole process is buy a permit, then you buy a gun. So it's buy a permit, wait, buy a permit, wait. You know, Prodigy was on my mind. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get me a Prodigy. And that's basically what happened. I finally, about a month ago, got the permits at the beginning of April. And I waited with my boys, like we all like, you know what? We all gonna go get some guns together. And we went as a team, and Trinice brought an AR, so you know. Telling on you. And so I get in the store, he's like, hey, what can I do for you? Yeah, I want a Prodigy. You know, we ain't gonna wait, I think.
What are we ready for?
Want a Prodigy.
Give you what?
There's no time today. I know what I want. I know what I'm getting. I want a Prodigy, you know. And again, wasn't in store, so had to wait. But again, at this point, I'm patient, you know, because instead of just buying anything and not being satisfied with it, I'm gonna get what I want and just gonna wait. And it was okay just to wait. So, Prodigy finally came in, and I am ecstatic about it. It's, you know, everything I thought it would be, because it's mine. You know, we're gonna see how this thing shoots. And we're gonna get out there to the range and get some shots up. But long story short, I've been rambling, but whole thing is get what you want. You know, if you got the bread, go spend it on what you want, and you won't be disappointed in the end, because hey, it's what you wanted. All right, that's where I want to mount it to. Let's go to this first one. Nah, I don't like the position in there. Let's go to the second one there. Nah. Third one. Nah. Yeah, I like it right there. So, we're almost at the end of our journey, fellas and ladies. If you're any ladies out there listening, you tighten this thing up. But it was great talking to you guys today, or whoever the hell. Well, talk to myself, because ain't nobody here but me. And there we are. Boom. Now we reached the end of our journey, but look at it. So, EGW Magwell, Harbor Freight Tactical Light, Osight X on that baby. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. You see the dot. Okay. Think of a name for this. Oh, I got one. I got a name actually. Call this thing Winnie the Pew. Yeah, that's it. Winnie the Pew. Put a red trigger in there. We're good to go. But that's it for us, man. So, like always, like, follow, share, subscribe, and go out there and shoot. Then go back out there and shoot. And then shoot some more. Peace.